Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio, and today I bring you very exciting news, because we, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally getting Marshadow in the Pokémon video games. Marshadow is actually number 802, the final numbered Pokémon we actually have revealed at the moment, one after number 801, Magearna. He is a fighting ghost Pokemon, and according to the Pokédex entry in Pokemon Sun, it never appears before humans, so its very existence was the stuff of myths. Well, no longer, ladies and gentlemen. We know he's coming, and we know how to get him. Now, it is going to be distributed in the US at GameStop stores between the 9th and the 23rd of October, and in the same period, 9th to 23rd of October, it is going to be in Canada as well. Now, it is stated on the official site that it is going to be in GameStop, but a lot of people are saying this is likely to be an error, so stay tuned for more news. And similarly, in Latin America, it's going to be in participating stores between the 9th and 23rd of October. But if, like me, you live in Europe, I've got great news, ladies and gentlemen, because Marshadow in Europe is actually going to be given out between the 1st of October and the 16th of November. So not only do we get it earlier, we actually get more time to get it as well. So sorry about that. Now, it has been confirmed for the UK, France, Germany, Italy and Spain. Other countries not been confirmed at this time. I don't know for a fact, but I think it's highly likely that in the UK it's going to be distributed in game stores, because that's from where all the mythical Pokemon were distributed last year. So, let's have a little bit of a look at the Marshadow we are going to be getting. Obviously, the VGC 2018 format has not yet been revealed, so maybe he'll be legal, maybe he won't. We'll have to wait and see. It is going to be a level 50 Marshadow, and if we look at the base stats of Marshadow, I mean, it's a mythical Pokemon. Of course, they're incredibly high. You know, speed of 125 is nuts. Unless you're against an Aerodactyl, a Tapu Koko, or a Pheromosa, you are going to be the fastest thing on the field. And then, of course, attack of 125 is crazy high, and there are no bad stats there at all. But again, it's a mythical Pokemon. The item that Marshadow is going to be holding is the very special Marshadow Z, which is a special Z crystal just for Marshadow, and it upgrades Spectral Thief to an exclusive Z move, the very annoying to say, soul-stealing 7-star strike. And of course, if you want a tongue twister, ladies and gentlemen, I think you might have one. Now, it's not a terribly complicated move. Marshadow punches and kicks the targets consecutively with full force. It's essentially just a 195 base power ghost physical move. It's incredibly powerful. It's a good ghost move. Doesn't do anything else, ladies and gentlemen. It just deals damage. That's all you get. Now, in terms of moves, obviously it has Spectral Thief. It has to, so that it can upgrade it with Marshadow Z. And this is a ghost physical move, power 90, accuracy 100. It steals a target's stat boosts and then attacks. It also goes through Substitute, which is incredibly handy. Substitute, obviously, is that thing where you set up a substitute and you lose some HP and you give a substitute which has more HP, one more than you gave up, and your opponent has got to KO that substitute before they can hit you. Not so with this, ladies and gentlemen. It is Marshadow's signature move. It's a very, very good move. And of course, if you're against something like a Snorlax that's probably going to be using either Belly Drum or Curse to raise its stats, then you can really take advantage of that with Marshadow. We saw in the final of Worlds, Sam Pendelis was using a whole bunch of stat boosting moves like Tail Glow on Xurkitree, or things like Sword Dance on Garchomp. Being able to steal them and then do a whole bunch of damage sounds like an awful lot of fun to me. So, I mean, Marshadow's a mythical Pokemon. He's the last one in the Pokédex for the moment. It makes sense that his signature move would be so good. Now he also gets Close Combat. This is a fighting type move with which we should be familiar by now. 120 power, 100 accuracy, but it lowers your own defense and special defense by 1 stage each. I.e., it does a huge amount of damage. It's also got a very low PP. You can only use it 5 times. So it does a whole bunch of damage, but you've got to lower both your defenses to use it. You also get Force Palm, which was a physical fighting move. 60 damage, 100 accuracy, and a 30% chance of paralysis while you do it. And then finally, Shadow Ball, a special ghost move with 80 power, 100 accuracy, and a 20% chance of lowering special defense by 1 stage. Of course, I showed you the stats of Marshadow earlier, but if we have another quick look at them, you will see that you don't really want a special ghost move on Marshadow. Marshadow's got a much higher attack than special attack, so if you're using this Marshadow to go and wreck some faces, I don't think you're going to be using it with Shadow Ball. Now, while we're here, we might as well talk a little bit about Marshadow generally. Marshadow only has access to one ability. It is Technician, and it boosts the power of moves that have a base power of 60 or less by 50%. Which means the only one really being affected of the moves that you're given initially is Force Palm, which would be boosted from a base power of 60 to 90 using the ability, with still that 30% chance of flinch, which makes it as powerful as Spectral Thief, while giving it a fighting typing rather than a ghost typing, and that 30% chance of paralysis. Still not as powerful as Close Combat, but then again, you lose the automatic lowering of your defense and special defense, and you gain a 30% chance of inflicting paralysis. And I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but that sounds like a pretty fair trade-off to me. Of course, sometimes you'll just need the extra damage, but when you don't, that Technician ability will actually make your Force Palm a lot more of a viable option. Now, in terms of natures you might want for Marshadow, I mean, really here, the best one to lower is Special Attack. Marshadow's so fast, he's not going to go into a Trick Room set, and he really is a physical attacker rather than a special attacker. So no matter which stat you're boosting, you really want to be lowering that Special Attack, which I doubt you're going to be using. 90's pretty good, but it's no 125. So you might go for an Adamant Marshadow, which will boost your attack while lowering your special attack. You could boost the speed while lowering your special attack, going for a Jolly Marshadow, which would be kind of funky because you'd potentially outspeed non-Jolly Marshadows, as well as being able to potentially outspeed things like Tapu Koko if they weren't max speed themselves. Or given that the lowest stat on Marshadow is defense, maybe you'd give that a boost, defense up, special attack down, going for a little bit of the impish nature. Now, for those of you so inclined, worth a quick reminder of Marshadow in the trading card game so far. We've only had one Marshadow officially revealed. That is the Marshadow EX that came out in the Burning Shadows expansion, which was released just last month in August. It's a really good card. It's the ability that really makes it, ladies and gentlemen. It allows you to copy the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile. So essentially, you ignore all of Marshadow's regular attacks, and you just use Marshadow's ability to copy a Pokemon in your discard pile, and it just means that you have access to a fighting-type Pokemon to cover any fighting-type matchup. So, for instance, if you're against Darkrai or Drampa, if you might have a little bit of trouble with them, you can just go ahead, drop Marshadow in, and that will help. There is also a Marshadow coming in Shining Legends, the best part of which is that the ability is a judge. Both players shuffle their hand into their deck and draw 4 cards. And just the other day we had a Marshadow revealed. I'll put a link to both those unreleased Marshadow cards in the description. But probably the most exciting thing about this, for 1 Psychic Energy, you can put a basic from each player's discard onto their bench. Help you while disrupting your opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, Marsh Shadow is coming out soon. It is time to get excited. Hopefully I've given you a nice little primer about Marsh Shadow in the video game and thrown in a little bit of trading card game there at the end. But as always, feedback is appreciated. Chuck comments down below. Go nuts. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy and Twitch at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. There's a Mario Kart stream at 8 PM UK time tonight. You should watch it. It's going to be fun. It's always fun. And if you want to support the channel, get some bonus pods, etc., you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. If you don't like video game content, you're only here for TCG, don't worry. I'm going to keep doing VGC videos, but I'm going to keep doing daily TCG videos as well. And if you like the VGC videos, yay, I love you. Don't worry, more will be coming soon. There's going to be a video about Alolan Marowak coming tomorrow or the next day. But the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.